Here at UNH's Lundholm Gymnasium, it's the Division II Boys Basketball Championship game between number 2 seed Portsmouth and number 5 seed Bedford. Here are the game's highlights. Bedford comes out in a 2-3 zone. Dupree to Walker. Walker jump shot just inside the foul line is good. 2-0 Portsmouth. By Glassman, but too strong on the attempts. These teams probably maybe a little jacked up for this championship game. Fahmy, shot, it's good. A packed crowd here at UNH's Lundholm Gymnasium for the championship game. Off the inbound pass, Messervy, pull-up jump shot with a hand right in his... And a steal by DeCesare. To the basket for 2. Inside pass to Fahmy for 2. 3-pointer no good. Rebound by Walker. Walker pushing it on the break. Pulls up at the elbow. Hits the shot. All tied up at 8. Here's Walker, top of the key. Gets over to Landry. Landry, oh, he almost traveled with it. Gets it inside to Sagranis for the layup. Gonna throw up a wild shot like that. I mean, I can see if it's at the buzzer, but still has 6 seconds left. Should have tried to find a teammate there. Now Walker hits the shot at the buzzer. Up top, Dupree. Walker for 3. Hits another one. 3. Pulls it back out. Now looking to drive, gets to the basket and lays it in. Nice move. Easily was able to clean up that board. And another turnover by Bedford. Walker on the break, gets over to Lane for the layup. Oh, Portsmouth here in the second quarter with the ball down by 12. And another steal by Portsmouth. Walker goes in for the easy layup. 24-10 Clippers. Blocked by Lane. Fahmy in the high post looking inside for McManus. Turns, shot, it's good. 8 seconds left. Lane gets inside for the layup. Great move by Billy Lane. So Portsmouth wins their second championship in the last 4 years, 58-33 final over Bedford. I'm here with their head coach, Jim Mulvey, and Jim, what is it about this program that year in, year out, you guys have been, not only a contender but now a champion once again in Division II?
Well, this one feels really good because when you have 7 seniors and you grow with these kids, and I had Kyle for 4 straight years. You want it for them, For me, I mean, it feels nice, obviously, but it's the feeling for the kids. It's just you see their faces, and then you ask them every day at practice to kill themselves. So you kind of feel like you owe them. That was the whole thing. I put stress on myself the last 2 weeks because I was like, thinking I just wanted to win it for these guys so bad. And players win championships. I said that before. We're just along for the ride, and we get a good program because we got great assistant coaches, and we demand a lot, and the kids, they buy in. If they don't buy in, then they don't play.
What was it about this senior class? You mentioned the 7 seniors, but 5 seniors in the starting lineup, and it seemed like that might have been one of the keys. On here, you guys have that experience playing on this court, and Bedford's a little bit of a younger team, but this senior group, obviously, they've won championships in baseball and football as well, and now in basketball as well.
Yeah, it was talked about being up here a few times definitely helps as a player, and I know it does because when I played up here, I know you're nervous, and 100 years ago, but if you can come up here as a freshman or sophomore and feel the atmosphere by the time you're a senior, I said to Kamal today, this morning, I said, Kamal, what's going to happen? Because I'm going to come out of the roof. What can change? The hype is the hype. We know the hype. The rest of it's that game on the court. It's all it is. And he was spectacular. He was really, really good. His speed was ridiculous today.
And you mentioned Kamal. Just a great game for him. Semifinals a little bit of a tougher game with 11 turnovers. Do you think that kind of motivated him to really come out with a stronger game here today?
I don't know if it motivated as much as I talked a lot with him the last 2 days, just telling him he put too much pressure on himself. He had one bad game this whole year, and that was Cole Brown in front of a lot of people. And any kid in the high school has one bad game, they've had one heck of a year. And so we just said to him, stop. It isn't, we won with you having a bad game. And so what are we going to do when you play good? And, I think that helped him. He was great. And all of them were great. I mean, Jesus. Billy doesn't have to score, as you know. I mean, Billy just needs to just defend and rebound and be disruptive, and he is a force.
How does this team, compare to the championship team you had a few years ago? I know it's like picking between your kids,
Yeah.
But obviously they both very, very good teams that are at championships.
Yeah, they're really good. I was just laughing because my son has been coming to a lot of our practices from the 2009 team, and my nephew that coaches on our staff has been giving him a hard time saying this team's better than 2009, so they've been fighting back and forth, and I don't want to hear it anymore. We haven't won anything yet. If we win, then we can compare, but I don't know, it's hard to compare. Both teams were pretty darn good, and I think if you get lucky enough to coach those teams, you should win.
Going up against their big guys, I mean, obviously, the key for you guys here, they had a lot of big guys. You guys had speed, and you guys were able to force so many turnovers and limit what they could do offensively. What was the game plan defensively against these guys?
The whole game plan was we couldn't let them run offense. If they run offense, because we saw Hanover let them run offense in the first half, and I thought Coach Winslow did a great job of trying to dictate pace, but it was a little late. And so we were from the get-go was their whole game is high-low. And if you do that, you can't. So our game plan was just pressure, pressure, pressure. And then once the ball got to the high post, then we had to have a weak side go all the way from half court inside. And you saw that over and over again. I mean, I thought it was pretty textbook what they did.
So Portsmouth wins it 58-33 over Bedford in the championship game. Another championship for head coach Jim Mulvey. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for covering.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So Portsmouth wins their second championship in the last 4 years of boys basketball, 58-33, the final over Bedford. I'm here with Billy Lane and Kamal Walker, and I think a lot of people probably expect this game to be a little bit closer. What was the difference second and third quarter? You guys just kind of blew them out there.
Definitely rebounding. I don't think that they came out at halftime prepared for it, and we just really didn't want them to go on any run. So coach told us to stop them on the first few possessions after half, and we could take this game.
And Kamal, seemed like you were just able to, offensively at least, to do anything you wanted out there, setting your teammates up for easy baskets and scoring yourself, hitting some tough shots. Talk about the game you had. Really, seemed like you were feeling it all game out there.
Well, I just wanted to come out and play my game. That's all I wanted to do. And luckily, my shots went in, so I'm happy about that. I'm happy my team got the W, so I'm happy we're champions now.
And you guys were able to force a lot of turnovers on Bedford. What was the game plan defensively in order to get so many steals?
Well, coach told us that we had to put pressure on them. If we didn't put pressure on them, they could just lob it over the top to their big men. So we just really tried to get in their face and frustrate them. One kid just pushed off me offensive foul, so just stuff like that, just getting in their head. win the game.
And Kamal, talk about the buzzer beater you had there at the end of halftime. Gave you guys a little bit of an extra lead, and it just really seemed like you got some more momentum going into the locker room. I mean, you shot that, I think it was from right around here, actually.
Yeah, I honestly, I didn't even know it went in. I fell. Somebody hit me and I fell, so I didn't get a chance to see it go in. But I knew it went in by when somebody hit me on my back and when the crowd got loud. So I'm happy it went in.
How big of a difference did that make? You know, I mean, you guys had a pretty good lead there at the end of the second quarter, but you know, a minute left, they had the ball, chance to cut the lead down to like 7 or 8. Then they turned it over, gave you guys the ball back, up by 10, and then you hit a 3, you know, to give you guys a 13-point lead. Big series going into halftime there.
Yeah, well, we know we just wanted to turn the ball over on them. That was our game plan, and we executed, and that's what wins games, execution. So that's what we did.
And defensively, you know, only 33 points for these guys. And what was the key of going up against their big guys? I mean, you say, you know, Billy, you said rebounding, but I mean, how are you guys able to, you know, battle them inside and rebound when they're so much bigger?
I couldn't even tell you. These guys right here are just banging on the boards and just getting loose balls. So it's them. It's these guys right here.
You got the whole team in here now. Congratulations to Portsmouth, and you guys, second championship in the last 4 years. So this class that you guys have that are seniors now, you were part of the, well, not Kamal, you weren't here yet. You hadn't moved over here, but Kyle, you were part of the first team just a couple years ago. What did you guys learn from that championship team a couple years ago when you guys were freshmen that enabled you to win this one?
I mean, it's the hard work throughout the season. I mean, it's a complete team effort. All these guys chipped in. I think we have the hardest working coaches and team in the state, so, I mean, we just closed it out.
And I think just not like getting rattled and being here and just playing like you're anywhere else is a big key to that. Like being here and playing freshman year a little bit just helped really a lot. Just keep our composure. So.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are here every year. I mean, 6 straight times you made it to the quarterfinals, 5 straight times to the semifinals. What is it about the program at Portsmouth that year in and year out you guys are a winning team?
I think that, again, that's our coaches. I mean, the scouting reports, the video, just working us hard in practice. You definitely got to give them a ton of credit.
When everyone's on break, they got a week break. We got like 2 days break maybe, and then we go back to practice right after that. And sometimes we're like, yo, we want a longer break, but we got to go back and ball, so it pays off right here.
Come on, what was the transition like? I mean, when you moved here from Worcester before last season, you know, did you envision this, you know, happening when you were seniors to end your career like this with a championship?
Oh yeah, I trusted my team. I love these guys. I knew we would get there. So that's all.
And I mean, you guys, not just in basketball, but baseball, football as well. Billy, you guys won the championship, beat Bedford in football and in basketball, and also in baseball. What is it about Portsmouth's athletic programs that not just in basketball but every sport seem to be doing pretty well?
This year we decided if we're gonna get there, we're gonna win it, and we're not gonna let anybody stop us. So it's a big key. All hard work. Hard work.
And you must have known that Bedford was looking for revenge after you guys beat them in football, but you still beat them.
I think it was more, I mean, last year that loss to Milford and all these guys that were there last year, we knew we had to close this one out. I mean, that was heartbreaking last year, so.
They got it done this year. Congratulations to the Portsmouth boys basketball team winning the championship in Division II over Bedford, 58-33. Your 2012 Division II champs. Congratulations to the Clippers. For the New Hampshire Notebook, NHNotebook.com, I'm Jeremy Levier.